Good evening and welcome to FSC TV. I'm Kate Murphy.
And I'm Andrew Pauling. Tonight on FSC TV, NCAA Policy Change, updated Wi-Fi systems, and the annual art crawl.
From Studio A on the campus of Florida Southern College, this is FSC TV.
Frank Lloyd Wright's Seoul Planetarium is set to get a renovation as Florida Southern College is in the final stages of securing funding for the project. The announcement was made on the Astronomy Club's Instagram page, and a project sign has been installed near the Miller Planetarium. Former club president and current student government president, Arjit Tipernini, said that he was over the moon about it and, quote, "One of the primary reasons why the club was established was to be able to use the space for educational purposes," end quote. There is no word on how long it would take to renovate the building. Florida Southern's Semesterly Town Hall will take place on Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. in the Thrift Alumni Room. Students will have the opportunity to pose questions and concerns regarding Florida Southern to President Ann Kerr and members of her cabinet. Follow FSC TV on Twitter for live updates. After the Town Hall, Steak and Shake will have its ribbon-cutting ceremony to officially open the new on-campus dining option. The ceremony will take place at 6:45 p.m.
The theater department's rendition of Copenhagen opens tonight at 10 p.m. in the Frank Lloyd Wright Theater in the Round located in the Ordway building. Set around a meeting held in Copenhagen in 1941, international physicists and former partners Werner Heisenberg and Niels Bohr find themselves on opposite sides of a world war. The two men confront a situation edged with danger as they hope to uncover the mystery of human motivation in this historical drama. Tickets are available through the Buckner Theater box office, and the show runs tonight through Sunday. Showtimes for Thursday through Saturday are at 10 p.m. with a 7:30 p.m. matinee on Sunday. The Festival of Fine Arts will be hosting the Symphonic Celebration Concert at the Branscombe Auditorium tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. The concert will feature the FSC Symphonic Orchestra conducted by Martha Placeres. This is her first year as a director of orchestra and string studies at FSC. Placeres has been featured in orchestras in the U.S., Mexico, Italy, Australia, and Germany, and she is the executive director of the orchestra and band conducting symposium at the Puebla State Conservatory of Music. A ticket is required, and this event will count towards the Fine Art Passport credit.
The college has been testing an updated Wi-Fi system in Wesley and Dell this semester and will be expanding the program to all residence halls over winter break. Each room will have its own network and will provide a, quote, faster and more reliable internet connection. Dean of Students Mike Crawford said, quote, "It was a significant investment, but the college decided that it was the best decision to make," end quote. Off-campus houses and apartments will remain on their current networks at this time. And now an update on construction happening around campus. According to Vice President of Administration Terry Dennis, the Barnett Center for Early Childhood Learning is projected to be complete by January 2020, while the new Roberts Academy building for middle school students is projected to be finished in the early fall. At the apartment complex under construction on Ingram Avenue, the first building will be open in January, while the second is anticipated to be completed in March. The third and final building is expected to be finished in June. The Weinstein Computer Science Building, which broke ground last year, is still under design, and there is no scheduled completion date at this time.
Now, looking at fall sports. Ice hockey finished off the month of October with a total record of 3-3. They will play again on November 11th against an all-veteran squad at the Lakeland Ice Arena. Men's and women's cross country both finished in third at the SSC Championships last weekend. Men's soccer will host its senior night on Tuesday at 7 p.m. as they take on St. Leo, while the women will play the remainder of their season on the road. Volleyball has 2 more home games this season as they take on Tampa and Rollins next week.
In the spirit of Halloween, nearly 17,000 people have signed a petition to get school off in Polk County tomorrow. The argument is that both teachers and students will be up late trick-or-treating and will perform poorly in their Friday classes. The Polk County School District explained on their Facebook page that the calendar is set in advance and non-emergency changes will not occur. They said, quote, "Our school nurses will be ready to assist you with any candy-related ailments when you return on Friday." A recent study by the city of Lakeland may have you waiting a few seconds longer at local red lights. A study of 4 major intersections has shown that over 50 motorists run a red light per day. The city is hoping to get approval from the Florida Department of Transportation to create a system to predict a driver's likelihood of running a red light and delaying the green lights for other vehicles. Lakeland's manager of traffic operation, Angela Rao, said, quote, "We want to prevent that T-bone crash," end quote.
Interested purchasers of Lakeland's Columbus W. Dean House were denied an altercation request that would have altered the historic house. Bronner and his wife Madison requested the Historic Preservation Board to remove parts of the back and install 2 fire escapes in order to turn the home into a preschool for up to 70 children. The installation would replace 2 windows on the 2nd floor with doors and remove a portion of the outside porch. Board member Melinda Rinker said, quote, "We've agreed to allow changes, but these are big changes," end quote. Art Crawl is a 1-day free art festival that will take place at Munn Park on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This will be the 7th annual Juried Art Festival, and it will feature over 70 local artists. This event is meant to promote the emergence of upcoming artists from Central Florida, and people who attend can expect live music and demonstrations as well as artwork competitions. Interactive art organizations, art demonstrations, dance, and vocal performances will take place throughout the entirety of the festival, while the live music will begin at noon and end at 4.
New York Senator Chuck Schumer recently proposed a bill that would help consumers trade gas-powered vehicles for newer electric cars with the goal of lowering carbon emissions. The bill also includes a plan to fund grants for battery charging infrastructure, emphasizing the addition of funds to low-income and underserved communities. Critics note the bill ignores rural drivers' needs for gas-powered trucks to move heavy loads far distances and the lack of a funding proposal. Schumer said the proposal was to create jobs, boost the economy, and help the environment. Quote, "Nothing could be more worthy of pursuit," end quote. And now a story that might be of concern to anyone who's taken a urine test at the doctor. Urine tests are a common part of doctors' visits, but according to a new study, they are often doing more harm than good. When urine tests come back positive for urinary tract infections without the symptoms, doctors prescribe unnecessary antibiotics. Some public health leaders and researchers have been fighting for years to end the unneeded prescriptions, as they can often harm the patients. An infectious disease specialist at the University of Michigan, Dr. Lindsay Petty, said, quote, "Antibiotic resistance is one of the greatest public health crises of our time," end quote.
The National Collegiate Athletic Association voted to allow student athletes the ability to profit off the use of their name, image, and likeness. This vote comes after California passed a law that makes it illegal for colleges to prohibit student athletes from receiving profit for those same reasons. The NCAA will be garnering feedback until April and have requested for divisions to create and implement new rules no later than January 2021. Michael Drake, chair of the board, said, quote, "We must embrace change to provide the best possible experience for college athletes," end quote. After releasing the trailer for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, which is set to be the final movie of the Star Wars trilogy, Disney also released a trailer for Disney Plus Star Wars spin-off series, The Mandalorian. The trailer has been positively received by fans. Its setting and timestamp is meant to further explain the events that happened between Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Disney Plus will start streaming on November 12th. And that's your news for this week. We'll be back with you guys next Thursday at 5 here on FSC TV. I'm Andrew Pauling.
And I'm Kate Murphy. Until then, you can follow us on Twitter at TV_FSC or on Facebook at FSC TV.